This is the Iowa Weather Report for Monday, April 13th, 2015. And now our first look at the Zero-Z GFS model run. At 1 p.m. this afternoon, we have a trough digging in across the western Great Lakes. That's going to be kicking a system out off to our east. After an early morning shower, mainly before sunrise, the skies will begin to clear, and sunshine will be around by the afternoon hours. Highs today will be mainly in the 60s across the state, with mostly sunny skies during the afternoon hours. Any rainfall will be across the Great Lakes, down across the South, and the Gulf Coast and the Carolinas. As we go into Tuesday, rainfall is still pretty much in the same areas, Texas, Oklahoma, back up the East Coast into New England. Around here, it's still sunshine around with readings in the 60s to lower 70s from east to west. Then another system approaches from the west here on Wednesday, and this looks to stick around for a while. Some showers and maybe a thunderstorm possible, mainly in our western counties here on Wednesday. Readings still remaining in the 60s to near 70. And then the system begins to dive into the southern and central plain states where it begins to slowly stall down there. But it's going to be close enough that it could bring us some widely scattered showers and storms, but not all-day rains. There'll be some sunshine intermixed. Here's Thursday. You can see that might be the driest day, although there's still a slight chance our southern and southwestern counties could still see a chance of some precipitation with that system that's slowly moving through the area. Then as we move into Friday, that system is still not really moving a whole lot. Still some shower and thunderstorm chances in Nebraska, Colorado, Kansas, back into Texas, across the Gulf Coast. Around here, still mainly dry, but we can't really rule out an isolated shower or storm. Then as we move in toward the weekend, though, Saturday and Sunday, you can see the storm begins to move up toward the north and east. You can see the shower and thunderstorm chances begin to increase at that point, with better chances off to our south. But by the early part of next week, you can see a trough is beginning to dip over the middle part of the country. A ridge is pumping up over western Canada. We've seen this all last winter, and it looks like we're about to see it again, where some cold air is going to dive in behind this system as it begins to depart. So next week could turn rather cold, or at least chilly for this time of the year at this point, but we still have plenty of time to watch it, but it looks likely at this point. Going into the extended period, around the 24th or so, it looks like a trough, a big upper level feature over the Great Lakes back into the Canadian Maritimes. That's with that cold air that we saw in the last frame kind of coming in and then just stalling over the eastern parts of Canada, the Great Lakes northeast. Still looks to remain rather chilly if this is right, with readings likely in the 40s to lower 50s, with any chances of rain moving away from the state at this point. At the end of the forecast, around the 28th, we have pretty much a kind of a wavy zonal pattern, not real big troughs and ridges as you saw earlier. Kind of a system moving just to our east. Another disturbance moving up over the Canadian Prairie provinces. See that system off to our east with some showers and storms over the Carolinas back into the Gulf Coast. Another system over the Canadian Prairie provinces as well. And temperatures looking like they're going to rebound by the end of the month. Satellite image from last evening, we can easily tell there's a storm system moving in. Showers and thunderstorms across the plains, down into Texas, across the Gulf Coast, along the west coast and the northeast and mid-Atlantic. Looks fairly clear and calm at that point. Watch warning map from last evening. We had some wind issues across Utah, some winter weather issues there as well. Some severe weather issues across far south Texas around South Padre Island, some flood watches along the Gulf Coast, and fairly quiet elsewhere. You can see why there's a flood watch. This is a QBF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days through Friday evening at 7 o'clock, showing maybe 5 plus or 6 plus inches of rain down in Louisiana. Around here, about a quarter to a half an inch, and that'll be widely scattered.